Mama's podcast.
Woo!
We're your hosts, Nicole
and Kendra.
Guys, so much for returning to the podcast. We're so excited to be here. Please make sure to subscribe, leave a review. It's all appreciated. We love you guys, and we appreciate the support as always.
Yes.
Now, Kendra, how was your week?
My week was good. The rest of the week was pretty good. You know, it's normal. During the week, it's like doctor's appointments, homeschool, you know, just regular every day. On the weekend, I told you guys that I would be going to my cousin's graduation event, and I did that. It was so nice to celebrate her getting her doctorate. So I did that. Also, my best friend is getting married, and she found her dress.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
yeah, so I actually went over to look at it yesterday, and it's so beautiful. I saw it over FaceTime because of the pandemic, you can't have a lot of people in
Right.
there. So she FaceTimed me, so I actually saw it for the first time over the phone, and I was crying.
It's nothing like finding your dress, you know?
Yes, it was so beautiful. And so I actually got to see it in person on, was it yesterday or Saturday? I think it was Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that was really nice. And also my friends moved in town. They have two little boys the same age as my two boys. So we are really excited about them moving closer to us. And so we went over and saw their house. The boys had a great time.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it was a nice, fun-filled weekend. How was yours?
That's nice. It's always nice when you have friends with kids with the same age.
Yes, you get
It
to.
really makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, we walked in and they just started having a great time, and we were able to enjoy each other's company while they play. So that was nice.
Nice. Well, okay, so this past week, you know me, I'm always like doing random stuff. So I was working a lot
Mm-hmm.
and just trying to get on a better schedule with the baby and stuff.
Yeah.
And finally, she's starting to have like this moment in the middle of the night where she'll sleep like a good solid 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
And it's been like life-changing for me. So that that's where I'm at. And
Yes.
over the weekend, my I'll share more of my mommy moment, but you can hear that I'm sick. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I'm sick right now. Got a little cold.
She's
And
pushing through, y'all. She's pushing through.
yeah, we pushing through. We got to do what we got to do. And over the weekend, so I'm just trying to get over this and keep it going, you know?
Yes, I feel you.
But what we need to talk about, Kendra, is this update on this J-Lo situation.
Girl, it just keeps unfolding.
It keeps unfolding. Okay, so from last week, now it has come out that during the time that J-Lo and A-Rod were still together, Ben Affleck in this past February was sending J-Lo allegedly love letters via email while she is in Puerto Rico filming a film, and A-Rod at that time, that's when he got caught up in a little bit of a cheating scandal allegedly. Mm-hmm. And all the rumors started that they were going to break up, and then he flew to Puerto Rico to try to win her back, blah, 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 blah. But what we didn't know was that at that time, Ben Affleck was already in the email trying to get J-Lo back, allegedly.
He said, forget the DMs. I'm going to the email, okay?
Because you know what? The cloud, okay? You got to be careful.
For real.
You got to be careful. And then also, at the same time, over the past weekend, we found out that A-Rod drops the makeup collection.
His makeup line.
And
I was like, oh, wow. I mean, men do have to wear makeup on set. Yes, and male grooming is a thing. I'm a makeup artist, and male grooming is definitely a thing.
Yes.
Do they need their own makeup? I don't know.
Kendra, it's giving. We had this partnership together, and you left early, and I had to finish.
Oh, girl, because she does have makeup. Wow.
Okay,
I didn't even
it's,
think of it that way. And
it's
child, they
giving.
got him here on the picture, so focused, so dedicated.
Like we have already spent the money on the inventory. Okay,
And I'm about to put this out, okay?
we're
He
gonna
got
change
his
the packaging.
concealer. He better get that bag. Makeup, makeup is not cheap.
Okay.
And I guess there's a market for it because, like I said, men do have to wear makeup on set. And there's
Yeah.
other men who just wear makeup, just for the heck of it because they may have blemishes or whatever. So,
Okay, so it's definitely a market for that, right? And I felt the same way. And then my friend was like, Nicole, what's the difference between his makeup and Maybelline? Or
right.
like, because
Makeup
it's
is
just a
makeup.
fit.
It's makeup is makeup. The only thing I think he can do to tailor it specifically to men is to make
Yeah.
it like easy to use. So if
Yeah.
it's like a powder or like a what do you call it? Like cream to powder foundation or something that's easy to blend, easy to use, maybe.
But see, okay, this is my thing. This is my thing with A-Rod, right? I get it, A-Rod. You guys planned this out. This is when this was supposed to launch. There is a market for men to wear makeup. I get
Uh-huh.
it, right? But while you have all this press, you don't think there was a better product that you could have delivered in this moment with all this free
Hey.
PR? All this free PR.
He probably was like, this is the perfect time. This is the perfect moment. All eyes on us. All eyes on me. I'm going to put it out now. But instead, people are taking it as a joke. So
Yeah.
blessings to him on that endeavor.
Yeah, blessings to him. And, blessings to Ben, too, because Ben, I, I don't see Jennifer keeping him for long. I'm sorry. I don't see it.
Maybe he's thinking, when they were together before, it just wasn't good timing. Whatever happened, happened. Time has moved on. I'm
But
going
he called off the wedding days, like really close to the wedding day. He called off the wedding days before the day. And I was researching for this. And
to.
Adrienne Bolone or whatever, she said she read J-Lo's book. And in J-Lo's book, she said that J-Lo said that Ben calling off the wedding like days or weeks before the wedding was one of her greatest heartbreaks in her life.
Yeah, I don't know how I wouldn't be able to come back from that because I would never be able to trust you with my heart again.
Okay, that's the
You
thing.
stomped on it, kicked it outside, let it roll down the block, and then you want to come find it and pick it up? No.
And then you went and married somebody else and had a whole family.
Yeah.
Because after that, he married Jennifer Gardner, had the 2 kids, the whole bit. Like,
He just love him a Jennifer, don't he?
okay, that part. That part. Okay. Ain't no way I'm trusting Ben, okay?
Right. Well, we also had 2 new, well, not new mommies. One was a new mommy again, and one was a new mommy, like, for the first time ever at
Who?
51 years old. Naomi Campbell.
Okay, so with that, did somebody else carry the baby or did she
So
carry the baby?
so we don't have any details on how
We
the
don't
baby
know.
arrived. However, she announced that she has a baby girl. We saw her feet. We haven't seen anything else, but she has a baby girl. I believe she's 51 years old. She just had her 51st birthday. And
Wow.
it's her first child. So congratulations to her. I don't know how she got here. I'm assuming maybe a surrogacy. She maybe had a surrogate. Well, I'm sure she might tell the story. Hopefully she'll tell the story later on so we can kind of get some insight on that. But
Oh yeah, Naomi's gonna let us know. I'm happy for her. That's so exciting, especially if you've never had a child before and it's something you really wanted and you're 51 years old and it's like, you know what, to go through with it and just to decide to do it, I think that's big on her part.
Yeah.
It just shows, motherhood, if that's what you want, there's so many different opportunities now to make it happen.
Yep. And I think she did say in an interview, like, thanks to science. So we know
Oh,
that she did get some help in some area, but like Nicole said, you know, if you have desire to be a mother, there's so many ways and opportunities. If you have that coin now, it's not cheap. But
okay. And she got all the, and people talk about, oh, she's 51, how she gonna keep up with the baby? She gonna have nannies, she gonna have
yeah,
help. She
she
gonna,
has ample resources to help her. Her mother is excited. I saw that. You
oh
know,
wow.
motherhood is a journey, but it doesn't, there's no specific time when it has to happen for you. Like people are having babies later and later in age, and
Right.
it's a blessing either way. You know, miracles happen every day. Some people that weren't even trying, that gave up on having children, pop up pregnant at 40 something years old. So
Oh,
never let anybody tell you that it's too late. Okay.
right. When it's your time, it's your time.
It's your
Okay.
time. Also, Fantasia gave birth to her baby girl.
Oh,
So I think this will be her third child, I believe.
every time I think of Fantasia, I always think of her performing with no shoes on.
That girl, the first thing she do was kick off her shoes.
Okay, and I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it. You running across that stage like,
For
man.
real. I be seeing some people performing. I just know they feet hurt. Like,
Okay, ooh,
what is the trick? Because
this is
maybe that's why they dance around so much too. Because if you keep it moving, your feet don't hurt as bad. You know, you gotta keep it moving.
this is off topic, really, really quick. But I'll never forget. I went to this fashion show, and there was this girl that used to have these really cool fashion shows in LA. But it was always like a mess. But it was a good time, right?
Okay.
And at the beginning of the fashion shows, the models would just come out killing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it would be like 15 different designers all using the same models, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by you get to the sixth, seventh designer, the models couldn't walk anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So their ankles would just be coming down the runway just broken. So like
Oh my
seven more
God.
designers. I know somebody got footage of that somewhere, and they had amazing promo for those shows.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't mean to get off topic, but just reminding you how the models would have to go 7 designers.
Child, we women, you know, we don't talk about it much, but our feet be hurting.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, and it's not about cheap shoes because the expensive shoes are the ones that hurt the most. Okay.
Listen,
Shoot.
listen. Okay,
It's hard to be a woman. But
okay.
anyway,
Anyways, you know what? We got to talk about these mama moments because over the past weekend, um, I had a moment that reminded me that I was a mama that I was like, I have to share this, right?
uh-huh.
So as when my daughter woke up Saturday morning, right? She wakes up and she's full blown sick.
Mm,
And in that moment, I'm like, one, I'm gonna be spending the rest of this weekend getting her better, of course, right?
right.
And two, because I'm your mama, I'm gonna be sick in the next 48 hours.
Yep. Yep.
I'm like, okay,
Walk around with a mask on in your own house.
okay, that part. Mask on in my own house, windows open, air on, Vicks, vapor rub, diffusers,
It's
humidifier.
fires.
It's
The whole
having
nother.
her sleep at an angle.
Mm-mm. The struggle.
Just a struggle.
Yeah, being sick is the worst, especially like you said, with if anybody in the family gets sick, it's just a matter of time for it to go down the line. And I almost rather everybody get sick at the same time because I don't have time for us to get better and then you get sick and then we gotta no, let's all be sick, get
Yep.
out, clean the house, and get it going.
Exactly. Let's just let everybody get it. And
Mhm.
but it's always crazy because the mom always, I feel like, gets the cold the worst because you're around the child the most.
Yeah. Hmm.
So like her brother didn't get it that much because he was like playing with his cousin on video games over the weekend, and she's with me. But then I'm trying not to get the newborn sick.
Right. Oh gosh.
And then Josh, he was working over the weekend. My husband was working over the weekend, so he only caught a little bit of it. So it's like you know, you just got to do what you got to do. But it is better, I feel like, when the whole house just gets it done. Because that one week, one person got it, another week the other person. That's just too much.
Yeah, and yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst because you still have to carry on with everything. So
Yeah.
things still got to get done. You know, people still have to do school, still got to cook dinner, still got to work on your businesses. All that stuff doesn't stop just because you're sick. So
Okay.
that's the struggle
Rain.
of being somebody's mama is you don't really get a sick day.
No. Rain, sun, or shine. You got to get up, go, and do what you got to do. One good thing happened, though, is that on Sunday, since my husband was home, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm just gonna go take a nap. I'm gonna go upstairs and take a nap, right?
Right.
And they kept coming in, waking me up, and I'm like, stop waking me up. Let me have a good nap, you know?
Right.
Like, this is my hour or two. Like, let me just have this good nap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the times my husband walks in, and he's like, Nicole, do you know what time it is? And I'm like, what time is it? 1 o'clock? Like, come on, you guys, let me take this nap.
Right.
Girl, he was like, it's 4 o'clock.
You're like, what? It's just an hour. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I was thinking like they keep coming in this room, disrupting my sleep. Girl, I have been asleep since like 9 o'clock to 4.
Dang, you needed that rest.
It felt like seconds. It felt like minutes.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, Nicole, I haven't been sleeping because I've been doing this weird sleep schedule from I go to bed at like 2 o'clock to like 2 o'clock to like 6 o'clock thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, girl, I can talk about that.
Yes. Okay. So my mama moment is not really like a story, but so since I've had my younger son, my older son, who's 4 years old, he's been struggling. Okay. He's
Uh-huh.
struggling with the whole, having another baby in the house that requires more attention from the parents. And, he can't do everything himself. He gets easily irritated by stuff that he does, and he's just been really struggling. So, we get pushback, and plus he's 4 on top of that. And 4-year-olds, they talk about the terrible twos. They don't talk about the I don't have a name for it fours. Like
Okay.
4-year-olds be tripping. So his
Tripping.
attitude is so up and down. He gets angry at the smallest little thing and he just wants all this attention. And if I'm hugging or holding the baby, he's like, put him down. Or, or he's like, he'll ask me, like, can we go to the store? Can you leave him here? Like,
Oh.
or let's go outside, but leave him here. It's always leave him here.
Oh.
And so I try to, we do have our own personal time where we started this thing where he likes to go talk in the guest room. So if he's having a meltdown and he's having an issue, it all started because we were having a birthday party for one of my family members and he had a meltdown. And so the guest room was the closest room to us. So I took him in the guest room and we sat on the bed and we had a talk about his feelings and why he was behaving that way and how can I help him? I'm trying to be this good millennial mom, okay?
Right.
So and so ever since then, if he has an issue, he's like, Mom, can we go have a talk? So So that's been our thing. But I ran across this, it's not really a quote, it's a little post on Instagram. And it said, is your toddler suddenly out of control, refusing everything, screaming, melting down nonstop? It says, try this 10 minutes of daily special connection time. So basically, it's 10 minutes out of every day for you to spend with that child that you have to be consistent with it. Let your child choose what they want to play. So if it's whether they want to read a book or play with Legos, whatever they want to do, and let them have your full undivided attention. So no cell phone, no other siblings in there, no TV, whatever that child wants to do, you just center that time for 10 minutes. You can set a timer so that they know that, this 10 minutes is our special time. So they know it's going to happen every day. They
Nice.
know it's going to be for this amount of time until the timer runs out so that they can't suck you in all day because you still got stuff to do.
Okay, because they will be like, 5 more
Yeah,
minutes.
can I have my mama time now? No. Okay, we got our 10 minutes. And then it said to end it with, I love you. I can't wait for special mama time again tomorrow. So I thought that was so cute. And this is by Big Little Feelings. Gotta give them their credit. But
Nice.
I thought this was really nice. And I'm going to adopt this and do this with my son because I feel like, you know, I do make intentional time with him, but it may not be as consistent as doing this every day because when you have 2 kids, you know, you're trying to balance the time with the both of them and fit both of their needs. But I figured I'm going to do it while my younger son is taking a nap. I can
Oh, yeah.
spend that. I probably will do more than 10 minutes because 10 minutes goes by like that. But I think they say 10 minutes just so that it's something that you know you can stick to. So I'm going to start that tomorrow.
Nice.
So that'll be our special mama time. And I just chose to talk about that for my mama moment today because I ran across it and I was like, oh, that's so special.
No, honestly, that's such a good idea. That really is a good idea because they want that time. And I think that sometimes I think that with kids that age, they don't realize that those moments happen all the time, but they want it, but it has to, but they want it structured because little kids like so much structure.
Exactly.
That they don't realize that you have those 10-minute, 30-minute times
all throughout the day.
All the time, you know?
And I talk about that all the time. We're like, we give him so much attention. Like we literally, I have to pat us on the back. I feel like we are super intentional about it. But like you said, they don't recognize when it's happening because it's happening all the time. But if you put a label on it, you kind of like cater it and like wrap it up with a bow by putting a timer and like all that stuff, like all those little like details make it more fun for them and make it a thing. Just like the whole like let's go talk in the guest room. It's a thing because we go to the same spot. Like it's our special place. Nobody else does that. So I think adding the specific time and making it a habit to do it every day is going to make it even more special. So I'm excited for that.
That'll definitely be helpful. And you have to keep us updated on how it goes.
Yes, I most definitely will.
See, at my house, we have the calm down corner. Calm down. We're going to calm down. Now it's supposed to be decorated with books and a pillow thing, and I'm not there yet. Okay.
But that's good. You got a name for it. You got a specific place.
Yes. Let's go calm down. Especially my middle child, my daughter, who is just like, it's just like I'm reincarnated. Oh my goodness.
Girl, like the post I posted today.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, that's my life.
Yes, and my Kendon has a lot of doses of me in him as well. The stubbornness, me right here. So
the Taurus,
yes. Oh gosh. So over the weekend, I had a little moment where it made me think about the topic that we're talking about today.
Okay.
So I go into Trader Joe's and I'm doing my shopping, whatever, and I'm walking around. I started noticing like, oh, she doesn't have her mask on. And I'm like, did I miss something? And so I keep walking and I see another lady with her 2 kids with no mask on. And these aren't babies. They look like 6 and 7 years old. They don't have a mask on. So when I get to the cashier, I'm like, hey, did you guys change your policy about wearing masks? And she looked at me like, girl, no. She was like, no, but the CDC says if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. So that's why people are walking around here with no mask on in the store in tight quarters. So she was upset about it. But I feel her because it's not only for the customer safety, it's for the safety of the employees as well.
Exactly.
So I said, well, how do you guys know who's vaccinated and who's not? And she's like, we don't.
It's,
like, is this where we are? You know, the world is supposed to open back up officially, I think June 15th or something.
Yeah.
And it just makes me nervous about post-pandemic mom life. So that's what we're talking about today. And how do you feel about it, Nicole? Like, it's a lot.
You know, it's really a lot. It's a lot because there's so many. I'm okay. Like over the weekend, right? Like you said, with your Trader Joe's thing, right? I
Mhm.
was listening to this motivational thing by Oprah, and she was saying, people keep saying, when are we gonna get back to normal? And she was like, this is a new normal. We're gonna create a new normal.
Right.
And I was just thinking about all the fun things that we did as kids, like sleepovers, birthday
Mhm.
parties. And on one stance, it's like, can't live our lives
In
being
fear.
consumed in fear and this and that. But at the same time, we have brains and we can be smart about it, you know?
Right.
And so it's just, it's a hard thing. The only thing that gives me like a little bit more comfort is like the fact that the numbers and stuff are going down, you
Right.
know?
Right.
Like that's the only thing that gives me a little bit more comfort.
Right. Absolutely. Because like you said, like how do we feel comfortable enough to allow our kids to go to a birthday party with no mask on or, you know, even go back to school? It's like, what? I'm struggling with that. I'm going back and forth on if I'm going to allow my 4-year-old to go to school. It's not back to school because he hasn't even been able to start school because when he turned 3, the pandemic had, well, actually, when he was 3, I had my son early,
Yeah.
baby early, and they suggested that we didn't start him in school because, you know, when kids go to school, they catch germs, they get sick.
Oh
And
yeah.
Bryson being in the NICU, if we get sick, we can't visit him. And
Right.
so they were like, if you can, I would hold off on putting him in school until Bryson is able to get off of oxygen and things like that. So we pushed it back. Then as soon as we brought Bryson home from the hospital, the pandemic started. So he was never able to go to preschool. And he
Yeah.
was never in daycare because I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
So this will be all brand new for him. I did enroll him in school,
Right.
but I'm still on the fence about it because they haven't really sent out any concrete rules about how they're going to handle the situation, especially with things opening up. They're not going to put more pressure on themselves to have every child wear a mask, like sanitize in between. Like when the news reports things that the CDC says, people take it to heart. Like that's,
Yeah.
you know, it's official and people run with that. And so
Right.
as a parent, it just puts me in a position like, okay, so am I supposed to just trust what these people say because they're up and down every day? Like what they say
Okay.
one thing one day, they say another thing the other day. What first it's like if you've been vaccinated, you need to still wear your mask outside. Then it's, oh, you don't need to wear that outside, just wear it inside. Then it's, you don't got to wear it inside either, only around people that are vaccinated. Now it's, you can not wear it at all. So, you know, things change day to day. But as a parent, it just freaks me out because I'm going to put my child in this position where he needs to be there because he needs the socialization,
Right.
he needs to learn and be around other people. But at the same time, it's that battle of trying to protect them still. So,
Well, I'll give you a little bit of hope here, okay?
mhm.
One, my kids were in daycare and in person kindergarten most of the pandemic. Don't judge me.
Hey, no judgment here.
Don't judge me, okay? So I was going to work. My husband had to go to work. Actually, his job basically, it was this crazy thing. But anyway, so my kids were in, my son was in kindergarten through the fall of the pandemic to the spring.
Mhm.
My daughter was in home daycare, like the fall till now or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And everything went. We took of course at the beginning, like the first couple months off, and then we were like, we're gonna go for it or whatever, right? So they ended up being fine, right? So it was fine. We haven't had any issues. This is my first time being sick in over a year and a half, right?
Wow.
And it's not COVID. Okay. So my only concern is, even though my kids went to school and to that time, during that time, they were really on it with the cleaning, with the all the toys that could cause cross contamination, throw those away, and we're gonna be outside most of the day. And they were just like, wipe everything down, because these older teachers, they don't want to get sick.
Right.
And public schools and private, whatever, a lot of those teachers are getting vaccinated. I do know that.
Yeah.
So I do think with the teachers really don't want to get COVID. Like the teachers really don't want to get it. So I think, and then I was actually in an area where people didn't believe COVID was real. And my kid was at the school. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Okay, don't judge me. And I'm thankful God covered our family, and they were fine. Yeah. So I hope that gives you just.
It gives me a glimmer of hope, because listen, I said Kendon is going to school now, double masks and all, because he needs to go. But I'm still nervous about. I say that because I'm just like, he's been here too long, but but it still scares me, because we have been so safe and we haven't been exposed at all. And so it does, and you're not the only friend that I have that has sent their kid to school and daycare. So I do know that it's possible for it to happen. One of my friends, they did have a scare, but that wasn't because it wasn't within the daycare provider's control. I'll just say that. So,
but if one thing I do think they will keep is, if somebody in the class gets COVID or the teacher or somebody comes across it, I do feel like they will keep it where, okay, well, this classroom or these kids have to go home and quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I feel like, because that was even at the school I was at, if anybody came across it or somebody had it and you were in that classroom, you came in contact with that, then you guys all had to go home for 2 weeks.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that they will keep up with at least those type of protocols, and that that they will still wear masks just to see how it goes. I will say something else that brings me comfort. If the vaccine is everything that they say it is, I know most of the people in this area have been vaccinated. So, and also a neighbor across the street, she's been in school and she hasn't got sick. So
that's nice.
Those stories do help me, give me more confidence to send him to school, but it's still very scary to transition. Everything is opening up, but some things,
it's anxiety.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's anxiety, because I want to go to Disneyland so bad. I want to take my kids to Disneyland. I don't take newborns to Disneyland. I don't let my kids go to Disneyland until they're about 1.5. But it's like, I want to go to Disneyland so bad, but it's like, am I going to let this COVID thing stop me from going to one of my favorite places? I don't know.
What I will say though, that Disneyland does a really good job. I heard about cleaning in between every customer. So if somebody goes on the ride before you, they clean and then you get on. So so they were doing that. I hope that they keep that up. But I like Six Flags. Six Flags was like, come on. Get on. They wasn't cleaning nothing.
Yeah, because I had somebody was like, you can't even order. You have to order all your food at Disneyland from an app.
Yeah. My friend actually went this weekend with her whole family, so I'll have to ask her how it was. But they looked like they had a great time. They wear their masks.
You know what? And right now might be the perfect time to go to Disneyland because there's less people there.
Yeah. What did they say, like 25% capacity or something like that?
So I think so.
Yeah, so that is something I want to do. Kendon still hasn't been to Disneyland, so I do want to do that.
You know what? one thing before we forget,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, say you send your kid to school, the school is not going to force your kid to wear a mask. You are going to you're going to tell the teacher, I want my kid to wear a mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was trying to do at first. And it becomes kind of hard because your kid is newer in this environment.
Mm-hmm.
They're learning all these things, and they start to get, like, I felt like my son started to get a little bit alienated because
Mm-hmm.
he had the mask on and nobody else really had a mask on,
Right.
And so I feel like there was another kid there. He wore a mask, but then he became very quiet into himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then my son start forgetting his mask. We put the mask in his backpack, and then the teacher emailed like he's not wearing his mask.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what is going on? It's like, okay, just wear your mask in class, please. Wear your mask
at
in
least.
class.
Yeah. Outside should be
not
okay.
outside.
Yeah.
But it does, I'll just give you a heads up on that. That does get a little tricky.
I'm hoping these other kids wear their masks because, listen,
they're not wearing it, Kendra.
Kendon about to have his own. Now, Kendon does well with his mask on because I told him. Because when we have play dates and stuff, I'm like, you want to play with your friends? Put your mask on. You want to go to Target? Put your mask on.
Put your mask on, okay?
You want to go outside? You want to go to the park? Put your mask on because
that's how my kids are too. But it does get a little tricky in school.
Yeah. Oh, girl, my anxiety is. I don't have to think about it all the way until August, but I'm already like, Lord help me, Jesus.
You get through it. It'll get. I really do feel like I do feel like it's gonna get better, but it's all those little things like I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's a hard transition because that's like our job is. We're so protective,
It's a lot to think about. But I will say, a little bit off topic, I'm enjoying seeing everybody like living their life again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people where it's like I don't always have to be there. I just like watching other people have a good time.
Yeah.
So I was like scrolling this weekend, and a lot of people were like out to brunch or on vacation or, just hanging out with their friends, like dressed up, having a good time. And hopefully everybody's doing everything safely, but it made me feel a little normal. Like things are like getting back to our new normal, as you said. By seeing people just like not at home, depressed and like, but out having a good time and, getting some sun and able to commune together again.
Okay, see, this is my thing. I like seeing the people out living their life,
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I don't foresee me doing again is eating indoors. Because I've just learned too much about spit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but what I will say is the restaurants, all of the servers are still wearing their masks and things like that. Because I think the only place I ate inside was at Mastro's, but the way our table was, it was away from everybody else. So they're not cramming the tables in like they normally would.
Okay.
Like there was literally nobody else around us. And then our table was 4 people and the table was pretty large. So, and everybody that I was with was tested. So I felt comfortable and the server had his mask and a shield on. So.
Oh, I love to see that. I love a server with a mask and a shield. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want your nose dripping out. I don't need nothing like no drippage from nowhere. So go on, put that shield on top of that mask for real.
Okay. And you know what? I'm not letting. I know people are tired of masks. I'm tired of masks too, but I'm not letting my mask go.
No. Me and the mask is
we are one
at this point.
We are unified. I see why people will go to Disneyland with their mask on and them large crowds. Like, I'm not playing with people no more. Because I was really I was out here risking my life with people spit, okay?
I actually enjoy the mask for that reason because I don't want to be around people talking to me and spitting on me no more if I don't have to. So I feel like I have a forever excuse be until this thing completely disappears. Like
Right.
the grocery store for sure.
For sure. For sure.
Any like the mall, public places where there's a lot of people around, I'm for sure wearing my mask. Like now if it's
Yeah.
a family gathering in the backyard and you know
Right.
the numbers are low and it's least likely for me to get it, I'm gonna keep my distance and take my mask off.
Okay.
However,
Yeah.
in the airport,
Uh,
on the plane,
okay.
anywhere like that, anywhere public, oh, I don't foresee myself not wearing a mask for a couple of years.
And you know what? And if I do get on an airplane, I'm going to places that take it seriously.
Right.
Like Hawaii. Hawaii don't play.
Right. Hawaii is not playing. They
No.
were like, was it Hawaii that sent the people home because they took the wrong type of test? Yeah, it was Hawaii. You have to take a PCR test. So I was watching a vlog and the girl was going to Hawaii for her birthday. Well, her friends got to Hawaii. She took the wrong type of test. They said she had to go either to LA or San Francisco to take the proper test and then come back a day later.
Okay.
They are not playing
They are not playing.
in these other places. So like you said, Hawaii is definitely a go. Mexico, they're not playing over there.
Yeah, they're not playing over there. And I heard, I think Italy, I think it's Italy that you can't even get in without your Vax card. They're not playing over there.
Yeah,
They
that's
went through a lot though.
I'm not going to ATL yet. Mm-mm.
Oh no, ATL
It's
too.
free out there.
But you know what? ATL might be what's it called when enough people have it that's herd humidity. What is it? Herd humidity or whatever.
They did say that their numbers are very, very low.
Yeah, because they just went ahead and just like
herd immunity.
Yeah, they just went ahead and let everybody get it and push
everybody
on.
got it early on, so now they're good.
Yeah,
because everybody I know that's gone there, they're completely fine. And they were in the club, they was making friends, they was partying it up, and they're completely fine. So they might have that over there. I mean,
I think they really have it over there because I don't know, but I'm gonna be a masker for life.
Yeah, my transition is gonna be very slow. Now I was outside a little bit, like
I see you outside, girl. I see you
outside a little bit now. Okay, but the people that I've been around are safe. They test, like I have a couple friends that work for the school districts. They have to test every week.
Okay.
My best friend, she's a hairstylist. She tests herself every week because she comes in contact with a lot of people, and she don't play about her sanitation.
Yeah.
So when I see people in action like that, I'm like, okay, we could kick it. We can hang out.
We could kick it. Okay, because it's real out here. But I do think that I'm moving slow too. Like but I have to move slow anyway because I got a newborn. I got an infant.
Yeah, girl, you got to be inside.
Mm-hmm. So I can even if I felt comfortable going outside, I can't really go outside.
Right. Absolutely. I did enjoy a little bit of brunch though.
I miss brunch.
And it's outside, and you go with people that you know. You have to do whatever feels comfortable for you. Don't let anybody pressure you into thinking you have to do something or not do something. Like, all of this, everything that's going on right now is all about your choice, what you feel like is best for you and your family. So whatever that transition looks like for you and your family, that's what you have to stick to because only you know what's going to go on in your household.
Exactly. You just have to do what's comfortable for you.
Yep.
No judgment. Judgment free zone.
No, judgment free. Okay. Whether you're going to get vaccinated, not get vaccinated.
Right.
I am judging you if you don't wear a mask, though. I'm sorry.
And you ever gone into a room? Okay, because I have to go to Orange County often, right? You ever go into a room and nobody. Oh yeah, you did Trader Joe's. Okay, so that
Yeah.
happens in Orange County quite often, where you just go into a room and nobody has a mask on, and then they all look at you with your mask on, and you can just tell that under their breath they're probably like, "COVID's not real, bro."
And I'm like, yep, I'm wearing my mask. Yep, you need to have one. Treat them like
Oh,
I treat them like they got it, because when I was in Trader Joe's and somebody tried to walk too close to me and they didn't have their mask on, I scooted over the other way like,
like your spit
oh,
particles better not come my way.
right. They'll be looking at me like I'm the crazy one.
Okay, don't be sneezing. Oh, I'll never forget at the beginning of the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of the pandemic, I was in the grocery store. You know, at that time, the grocery store, it did not feel safe at the grocery store, right?
Mm-hmm.
This girl, it was, I forgot when it was, but it was in that beginning, right? I was standing picking out like a birthday card or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she took her mask down, like she was trying to be like one of those people, like just she put it on to come in the store, but would take it down here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 6 feet next to her, and she gonna cough. She pulled her mask down.
The call?
Oh,
Uh-uh.
I was like, "You want to fight, huh? You want to fight? You want to fight?
For real.
You want to fight, huh? You want to fight?"
That's how I used to be with people that just don't pay attention to the markers on the ground.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, get on your bubble. Why are you in my bubble? Go to your bubble.
No,
Back
we need to
up.
keep the bubbles. We gotta keep the
We
bubbles.
need the bubble. Girl, they already got rid of the bubbles at Walmart. I'm like, listen, can we get the bubbles back?
Nah, the bubbles was legit.
Give me my 6 feet, please. I would turn around and look at people like, you need to back up. And then,
Back
oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, it's right there, big and red on the ground. It's a big red circle. Back up.
Okay, personal space.
Personal space, bruh. Yeah.
Nice.
So what are
Oh,
you looking forward to this week?
one, I'm looking forward to feeling better.
Yes.
Two, I got my 6 week postpartum checkup.
It's lit.
It's lit.
Back in the game.
I'm so happy. You know what's so funny about that second postpartum trip is nobody tells you that you got to get a PAP again
Yeah.
until you get there, right?
Right.
And then they're like, "Take everything off," and you're like, "Huh? What? What do you what?"
And they're like, okay, what kind of birth control do you want?
Okay. And so that
Give
I have to
me
do
that's
all.
the facts.
Okay, we got all that going on tomorrow, and then oh, and my dad's coming into town.
Oh, nice. I know your dad didn't live here anymore.
Yeah, no, he moved to Indiana like 10 years ago or so.
Hey.
Okay, and so my dad's coming back. My dad's visiting. My 6 week postpartum, feeling better again.
Mm-hmm.
And one little thing is because I know my husband is supportive, but he's not listening to this podcast. Okay. I love my husband. Don't get me wrong. I love my husband, right?
Right.
But because he's not gonna listen, I can talk to you about it over here. Okay. I can share it with the pod, right?
Right.
So we didn't get to really celebrate our 10-year anniversary
Mm-hmm.
because I had just given birth, right? It was our 10-year wedding anniversary. We didn't really get to celebrate it because I had just given birth like a week prior, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for our 15-year anniversary,
That's crazy. Pause.
I know.
That's crazy that y'all been married for 15 years.
Well, no, we've been married for 10.
Oh,
but our being together for 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we celebrate it, sometimes we don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's not really one to remember it, right? Like he remembers it, but like, he kind of counts the wedding one more, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a horrible like planner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to plan it now.
Good. Go girl.
And so, huh?
I said, go girl.
So I'm planning my 15-year been together with my husband anniversary. And I'm just excited because like I feel like in the past couple of years, we've had a bunch of kids, our careers have gotten better and this and that. So we're having to get back on that like dating and more like, you know, us time, right?
Right.
We just had a baby, it's pandemic and this and that. So I was like, I'm going to take this opportunity to plan something real cute.
Oh, I love that.
What that real cute thing is, I don't know yet.
Girl, I'm gonna help you, girl. We're gonna get it.
You need to help me because my husband and I always talk about how good your husband and you are about just like the little things you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
It's people don't realize that's kind of a skill. Like in a relationship, that's a skill to be able to plan those little things or think in that way, or like when your significant other says something that they like, jotting that down and like not trying to remember it, but write it down. And like it people that little piece is such a big thing. So
yeah, it makes a big difference. And he's the one that's great at that, and I've picked it up along the way. Because I'm like,
nice.
You're not about to be outdoing me, okay? But it does make a world of difference.
Yeah. So we'll have to talk about it. I'm gonna pick out something. I tried to test out going to Hawaii on him, and he's just not ready to leave the kids to go to Hawaii. But especially the newborn will only be like 6 months old or so. But I feel like 6 months is like a perfect time, and she just
formula. Don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so she'll be okay. And it's only gonna probably be like a weekend, you know.
Yeah.
Or a night, you know how it is. It's hard to get somebody to babysit 3 kids, okay?
For real. But you just got to get people to team up. So you got to be like, you know,
yeah.
You want to tell your sister, like, hey, you want to come to mom's house and watch the kids with her, help her out?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Because it's not all the time, like, you know, it's like special. And then I'm sure the 2 older kids will be having fun.
Yeah.
And then the baby, she won't know what's going on.
Yeah. So it'll be good. Anyways, what are you looking forward to?
Next week, I don't really have too much plans. It's the holiday weekend, so I'm sure we will put some stuff on the grill. My dad is actually coming over for Taco Tuesday tomorrow. He invited himself, so
I love your dad so much.
He's like, last week he called me on Tuesday and I was making tacos. He was like, what you making? I'm like, tacos. He's like, oh yeah, it is Taco Tuesday. He's like, I'll be there next week. So he actually just called me and reminded me that he's coming for that.
Oh my goodness, I love him so much.
Yeah, he's hilarious. So we'll probably just be having some family time this weekend. Yeah, so that's always a good time. I love the weekend because my husband is off and he can help me.
Okay. Sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, so we take turns. So I get to sleep in on Saturday, he gets to sleep in on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
And girl, I didn't even tell y'all this. So moms, life hack. Treat yourself. Treat yourself to a housekeeper, okay?
Oh, I meant to DM you about that.
Honey, my housekeeper, I used to have him when we were at our old house, but he was in school, trying to finish up school, and he like AWOL'd on me, right?
Right.
And then the pandemic happened. So I'm a little, is anybody else nosy on Venmo sometimes? Sometimes I'm a little nosy on Venmo. Because, you know, Venmo is like social media too. So you can see what everybody is paying people for, right?
Listen, you know what? Speaking of that Venmo, I didn't really realize that till recently. And I was like, oh my goodness, people can see me paying my influencers. So I had to put that sucker on private.
Yeah. So somebody, I never even really use Venmo anymore, but somebody had paid me for something, right?
Right.
And so I saw his name pop up and I'm like, somebody just paid him. I'm like, they probably paid for him cleaning their house. So I called him. He's like, hey, Kendra. I'm like, you working again? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, bet. And he cleaned my house. Him and his brother came and cleaned my house on Saturday. So, ladies, if it's not in your budget, just start putting a little money aside, you know, because when I tell you, it's just a whole different vibe when somebody else deep cleans your house. Like, of course you could do it yourself, but to be able to sit back, take a break, spend time with your family and not have to spend your whole Saturday scrubbing everything is such a blessing. And so this weekend, all I have to do is just a little light here and there because they deep cleaned everything. So
See,
I'm gonna be chilling this weekend. Okay,
and I saw your post too. He did a good job.
girl.
And you know what I liked is that when he vacuumed your floor, and when he vacuumed the carpet, it had the vacuum thing.
Yes, I was like, it never looks like that, no matter how hard I try.
Okay, it's be the industrial vacuum cleaners.
Girl, he
Okay.
got the vacuum marks. You know how they fold your little toilet paper and your
Oh
paper
my
towels,
goodness.
little flour with the paper towels. Just those little details I just love. So,
I'm gonna need his number because
girl, yes.
you know what, these little kids, they just think they can draw on the wall and everything.
I hope you only have washable crayons and markers in your house.
You know what? It's not even the crayons right now. It's the lipstick. I get itchy packages every week, and my daughter thinks she's a makeup artist, and she also want to put that makeup on the wall.
Okay. Yeah.
And she'll take my lipsticks, she'll take my glosses, and she'll hide them under her bed.
Oh, she's a little diva.
Yeah, she's a little diva. And when she went to my niece's house, my niece was doing her makeup, so now she thinks she know how to put on mascara.
Oh wow.
One day I caught her putting concealer on her lips. She thought it was lipstick.
Oh baby.
She did her eyebrows once. She did her eyebrows.
That is so cute. Make sure you keep all the razors away from her so she don't shave her eyebrows off.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to teach her early stuff because if I don't, it's not gonna be. She's gonna cut her own hair.
Yep, I did that. I cut a whole ponytail off one time.
Oh,
like you know, you have like little ponytails all over your head.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Yeah,
I was cutting my doll's hair, and then my doll ran out of hair, so I cut mine.
No, see, I wasn't one of them type of girls, so I gotta figure that out.
Yes, little diva.
Oh man.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Be safe out there in them streets.
Be safe outside, okay?
Yes, go outside, but be safe. And make sure you guys subscribe, leave a rating and review, and we will catch you guys next week.
Later.